As we all know, carrying a firearm in the state of New Jersey is not easy. They make you worry about what you are allowed to carry, where you're allowed to carry, and maybe most importantly, how to handle a situation basically perfectly if, God forbid, you had to use your firearm to protect yourself. One slip up, and they're locking you up and throwing away the key. So we need to make sure we're not making mistakes while carrying, or at least as few as possible, since we are all human. We need to do this in order to protect ourselves, our families, and our livelihoods. Because if we don't, those are all going to be in jeopardy. Let's get to it. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you did not already know, my name is Jay Koss, and I am just a red-blooded American patriot living behind enemy lines, some would say, here in the great state of New Jersey. And if you get value after watching this video, please hit that like button down below and also consider subscribing, because we are building a tight-knit community here of like-minded individuals who are looking to fight for, protect, and defend our Second Amendment rights in blue states like New Jersey, as well as other blue states like it. So if that interests you and intrigues you, hit the subscribe button and that notification bell so you can stay up to date on our weekly videos. And in this video, I am going over my top 5 mistakes to avoid while carrying here in the state of New Jersey. So let's just jump right into this. Mistake number 1 while carrying in New Jersey is not having the proper equipment. So when you're carrying in New Jersey, it is very important to have the right equipment to make it as concealable and comfortable as possible so you actually carry every day. Many people online say you should carry, the biggest weapon that you can comfortably carry on a day-to-day basis. Now, this is great advice in theory, but what I am seeing is that too many people in our state specifically that already got their carry license don't actually carry because they find it too uncomfortable or too burdensome, and they don't get used to it. Bottom line is, I would rather see you carry something smaller than not carry anything at all, especially since we currently have a 10-round magazine limit. So a bigger gun won't even give you more capacity anyway. You also need to make sure you're wearing proper clothing while carrying. The last thing you need is to be printing in a store and have some Karen spot you and call the police. Most citizens of New Jersey have no idea there are currently over 70,000 permit to carry holders walking around them armed in our state on a day-to-day basis. They are clueless. Let's keep it that way. Mistake number 2 while carrying in New Jersey is, of course, not training enough. Stop me if you have heard this before. Your buddy gets their carry permit, probably because they saw you get it. They do the minimum amount of training and qualification, and then they're done. They never train again. They think since they are carrying a weapon now, they are invincible, or at least much better protected than before. They are wrong. They are actually in more danger now with a firearm in their waistline that they are not trained properly with. The chance of them hurting themselves or innocent people just multiplied significantly. Carrying a firearm is a huge responsibility. You have the duty to make sure you are at least proficient with it in a stressful scenario, as much as you possibly can. Don't just go shoot paper targets either. Take courses, take training classes, or at the very least, dry fire in your basement and practice reloads at home. Your life and others' lives may depend on it. Mistake number 3, carrying in New Jersey, is being unaware of sensitive locations. Part of carrying in New Jersey for now is dealing with these so-called lists of sensitive locations, right? They are asinine and infringe on our Second Amendment rights, of course, but it's the law. You can go from law-abiding citizen to felon in a second if you walk into the wrong parking lot or building. This includes bars and restaurants that serve alcohol, municipal buildings, post office property, county parks, etc. So for more information on where you can and cannot carry, I made a video on this a while back. I will put a link in the description box down below, as well as up in the corner right now. It is not legal advice. Do your own due diligence, but go check it out and let me know what you think. Mistake number 4, carrying in New Jersey every day, is being unaware of self-defense law. This is going to be one of the most important mistakes to avoid while carrying in our state. Because you know that if you make a mistake in any altercation, the state will make a total example out of you very, very quickly and harshly. You need to know when and why you are allowed to defend yourself and when you are not. They have something in New Jersey called the duty to retreat, which basically means if you have the ability to remove yourself from the situation before using lethal force, you have the duty to do so. This does not include within your home, for what it's worth. Once again, do your own research. I am not an attorney. Speak to one. And lastly, mistake number 5 is, frankly, not getting your permit to carry in the first place. I know all of these landmines that we have to make sure that we don't step on carrying every single day can be a bit of a deterrence to some of you. You say, why the hell would I go through all that and pay all that money and have to renew every 2 years if I can't carry anywhere anyway? But this is frankly a defeatist attitude in my opinion. Yes, there are things that we should not have to deal with that we do, but that doesn't mean that you should just not partake in carrying a firearm every day anyway. Because if you do that, if you decide to just not get your permit to carry, you're playing right into their hands. This is what they want you to do. They want you to feel disencouraged and disenfranchised and dissuaded from carrying every single day. Do not let them. Exercise your Second Amendment right because it is there, although not as much as it needs to be. But we're working on that. In my experience so far, carrying every day for the last 2 years is I could pretty much carry anywhere I want on a day-to-day basis 90% of the time. And the other 10%, listen, you either leave the gun home or you have a secure lockbox that's tied to the bottom of your seat or something that you can lock it safely and securely. Once again, we know that's not the safest thing in the world either, but this is what they make us do. You have to play within the system in order to advance our rights and our goals as Second Amendment advocates and spokespeople. So go get your carry permit, go train, and go carry every single day, and make sure you know where you're allowed to carry and not carry. That way there's no slip-ups, and we work within the system to advance our Second Amendment rights. That is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. What has your experience been with a permit to carry? Where can you carry? Where can you not carry? What's the biggest issue or biggest mistake that you could see making that you've learned while carrying every single day here in the state of New Jersey? Or if you decided to not get it at all, your carry permit, let me know why in that comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time.